Inc. N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/DebtPlay.
Get your final August plans in for Brewers-Rangers Action Friday, August 28th through Sunday the 30th. Starting with the Cole Swindell post-game concert at Country Music Night on Friday, featuring a belt buckle with a special ticket. Then it's Jackson Churio Mania. Get the Churio Bowl giveaway Saturday, courtesy of 620 WTMJ. And get it on the final Kids Cheer free Sunday before summer ends. Kids get a Churio Height poster on Sunday, courtesy of Joy. Get tickets for it all at Brewers.com.
Feeding the kids shouldn't turn into a negotiation. That's why Cousin Subs reimagined the kids' meal. Kids get to choose a kid's sub, mac and cheese, or chicken tenders, plus a side, a drink, and dessert. Everything they want, nothing you have to overthink. And while they're covered, so are you, with fresh-made favorites you'll actually want and feel good about. More choices, more smiles. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tosher here for MoMA. Battling a sore knee, a shoulder, elbow, hand, neck, back, or foot pain? MoMA can get you back in the game. MoMA is the new Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance, connecting trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, with expert care and innovative treatments provided in their offices. The Surgery Center, OrthoLaser, SmartScan, or MOSH. With the best orthopedic care and recovery, MoMA can get you back to doing what you love. Call or walk in today. Visit MoMAMKE.com. That's MoMAMKE.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Buying a new roof might not be the most exciting thing you'll do this year, but for us at Big Fish Contracting, being chosen to do that roof for you not only provides income for multiple families in southeastern Wisconsin, but has a global reach and impact around the world. To us, it's more than just a roof. We've been earning trust for over 2 decades, roofing, siding, windows, and more. Go to bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
You guys. Gang's all here, by the way. Good to see you all.
Hello.
Hello. That was good.
She said hi. I
Yeah,
said hello.
but the way in which you said hello was
Hello.
a little creepy.
Okay.
It was a little putty-esque. Well, right? Like,
Kind of felt putty-esque.
hello.
Feels like an Arby's night.
I'm not the one going to hell.
Sorry, that was for the YouTube streamers only. Good morning. Let me start with this. Do you want Keisean Nixon to be CB1, I guess, or CB2 for your Green Bay Packers this year? Yes or no?
I would say in a perfect world, he's not your CB1. That the competition, that somebody steps up and surpasses him. I would say in a perfect world, yes. I I still think he's good enough to be a CB2. But in a perfect world, Cisse or Juiced or
Saint Juice. Don't you
yeah.
take his sainthood away.
Or Valentine, like somehow surpassed him. Like that, in a perfect world, that would be how that works out in my head.
Find yourself agreeing with that, you?
He did make the Pro Bowl last year.
Will you stop it? I
Makes
can't
it a
keep
complete
track.
Joke.
I can't keep track of when the Pro Bowl is a.
Who volunteered that, by the way? Did the media outlets put that in there, or did he say, "Oh, by the way"?
No, Rob put that out there.
I can't imagine. I mean, well, actually, I can. I was gonna say I can't imagine that someone would say, I was a Pro Bowler last year.
By the
However,
way, Jen, it's easy to figure out when Chewy, if he's talking about somebody from his era and he's talking about the Pro Bowl, good. If he's talking about someone from now in the Pro Bowl, bad. It's pretty easy chart to follow.
I'll use that going forward. Keisean Nixon, I think we all can agree, is a lightning rod for criticism within this Packers fan base. You simply mention his name and you get visceral reactions from people. A lot of times, I will not say most because I haven't taken any sort of straw poll on this thing, but a lot of times it's like, or meh, or, it skews negative. I guess the only way I can explain that is that the Packers fan base has been underwhelmed by some of the tackling that we have seen from Keisean Nixon and the penalties. Those are the two things where it's like a lack of tackling and unnecessary penalties that make people go, oh, seriously, this guy? But this weekend, as we discussed throughout the week, Keisean Nixon reacted to the conversation about him potentially losing his starting spot as CB1 on the Green Bay Packers team. And oh, by the way, remember, if we're continuing to follow the nuance of this situation, this is a guy who said that he wasn't going to be a returner anymore because he sort of crowned himself CB1 at one point during this journey. So over the weekend, Joshy, should we hear from Keisean first? What did your gut tell you?
Let's start with Matt LaFleur on tackling and what they need
great
from
point.
a cornerback.
Because we did discuss how there was a viral video of Keisean Nixon during the preseason game against the Steelers where he just whiffed on the sideline, right? And he wasn't alone. He wasn't the only one, Gabe. That got a lot of people's ire up already, right? Like, oh, are we going to have to experience more of this as the season goes on? So you're right. Let's listen to Matt LaFleur, who is talking about tackling and the importance of tackling from his cornerbacks.
It starts with doing your right assignment, and then it comes down to your style of play. How are you competing, going after the ball, not only in the pass game, but in the run game as well? Are you sticking your nose in there? And we need corners that are willing and capable tacklers.
We need corners who are willing and capable tacklers. Did that feel like a shot at Keisean Shu?
I think it was a shot at all of them.
Yeah,
I don't think they tackled well as a team at all.
Well, because you have the willing part,
yeah,
seemingly at times is Keisean, and the capable part is, that's a direct hit on Carrington Valentine.
Oh, he's terrible. He can't tackle. Yeah.
I
really
would not
can't.
describe him as a capable tackler.
They don't have a guy on that team that'll stick their nose in there. Their safeties will. Williams will hit you. But
Bullard.
Corners. Bullard will too, yeah. But their corners, not so much. They don't want to, It's like Keith Jackson. Did he really want to block? Had to do it sometimes, but he really didn't want to.
But part of the defensive philosophy,
This
was true of Halfley, and this was true of Halfley last year too. Like they wanted their corners to be there and be a part of run support, not just be there and, we're going to stand up and the wide receiver put his hand on me, so I'm going to put my hand on the wide receiver, make it look like we're doing something over here, but we're not really doing anything.
I guess I always thought you just have to convince yourself to block. Are there people out there who actually enjoy? Are there people out there who actually enjoy blocking?
I didn't mind it.
You didn't mind it. You didn't say you liked it, though.
Well,
he enjoyed the title of being the best blocking tight end in football.
That's a huge difference, Gabe. Okay.
Tucker Kraft likes it.
Yeah. Tucker Kraft does like it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a vigor to his blocking.
I think you like it more because then the O-line will include you.
Okay.
Because if you don't, then they're not going to.
Sure.
You know? Like, I love Keith, but you're not hanging out with the O-line.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with
I
the
think
O-line.
it's the act of tackling. I'm sorry, the act of blocking. Now I'm getting the two things confused, but the act of blocking, I'm not sure that anybody is signing up to be like, hey, me, I'll be the number one blocker on the team, right? It's sort of a byproduct of the position. And like you said, there are perks associated with doing it. Now, similarly with tackling for cornerbacks, I don't know that anybody in the cornerback position really loves tackling. If there were ways to stop the other team from moving the ball that didn't involve tackling, I feel like most people would sign up for that instead. But I could be wrong, having never, tackled.
No, it'd be like Travis Kelce. You think he all of a sudden wants to be known as a good blocker? No, I care less. It's like cornerback, I mean, look at how downhill Jair went. After that one game where he hurt his shoulder, he would never stick his head in there again.
He used to be a willing and capable tackler until he hurt his shoulder.
It's kind of like, who's the blocker they brought in here? Tremendous blocker, receiver.
Sammy Watkins.
I don't think you're getting paid for being a blocker as a receiver.
Okay,
and it's the same thing with DBs. They know that they get paid for knocking down balls
pass
and
breakups,
and interceptions.
Yeah. So again,
when we're talking about the highest paid corners in the league, like Witherspoon just got a huge deal from the Seahawks over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Was anybody mentioning how many tackles he had, or were we talking about his pass breakups and picks?
Yes. Okay, so I'm glad we're all on the same page when it comes to that. So apparently this weekend, guys wanted to talk to Keisean Nixon, in part because of what happened in the Steelers game, in part because of the comments that Matt LaFleur made. Let's take a listen to what Keisean Nixon had to say when reporters were milling around his locker.
I guess I'm being punished right now. I guess. I don't know. I don't really worry about what I'm running in the camp, ones or twos. I just keep my process and just compete for real.
What would the punish be? Would it be that play in Pittsburgh or?
Well, I don't know. That's between the coaches. I don't know. I just come here and have the same process and get better every day and then just stack days. Can't really worry about, what they throw at me. Whatever they throw at me, though, I'm going to attack it with a challenge. So I'm here for it, no matter what it is.
What have they told you exactly about what your role is?
Nothing. I don't know. They ain't really told me nothing. I'm just, every day I find out a different thing and I just attack it. I don't care what it is. Whether it's me taking reps on special teams, whatever it is, I attack it. I'm here. Can't really run me off, so I'm ready to play ball.
I mean, he feels like a cut candidate just because of his mouth. Because he could be a problem, but I don't think he can because
but I don't think he is a
question
problem.
Mark.
I mean, I didn't have a problem with what he said there.
Well, what's the punishment? I mean,
Well, so I
when
think
I
the
was
question-
in camp, you go with the twos sometimes. It's like JT, you go with the ones. Yeah.
I think the question was lobbed up of how he felt, and I don't know. I think he probably misspoke. You can't say that, Chew. I don't think you can say that. But that was just such a small part of the clip, and that word punishment sticks out. And everybody wrote about punishment. But you listen to everything else, he's there for the competition, right?
Well,
like he's there. Okay, if that's what you want me to do, then that's what I'm going to do. Like, this is what I'm going to do. The other part that I have an issue with as well is I thought we were supposed to be communicating roles better this year. I thought we were supposed to have open lines of communication. Nobody's telling him what the hell's going on.
But if I was up there and had the chance to talk to him after he commented, I'd say, look, you are not in their plans at all. Don't be stupid. You're not in their plans. Play your ass off this year to play for a contract with another team. You're not in their. What is so hard to understand? You're not in their plans.
Mm-hmm.
And you just move on. I knew guys that were like that, like Bryce Pop. They signed Reggie White. Bryce Pop never pouted. He just went on to another team and became NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't think he's pouting. That doesn't sound like somebody's pouting to me.
What's the punishment? And what do you think you're being punished for?
He doesn't know. He said he
punishment.
doesn't know. He did say punishment. I think he misspoke you. I think that's a bad.
I don't think he
misspoke.
misspoke. I think that's what he thinks. But you're right. He shouldn't have said it out loud. But I agree with you, Gabe. The rest of it was, I'm going to compete. You put me at the twos, I'm going to compete. You put me with the ones, I'm going to compete. I'm going to do everything I can.
He even
to
said,
be
you
a
put me on
productive
special
member."
teams and I'll compete.
Which is a different tune from what we had heard from him before, right? Chewy, this is the first time I've heard anyone say, though, what you just said, which maybe is the quiet part out loud, that he is not in their long-term plans. Are you basing that on the fact that they did not give him a bigger contract, that they brought a bunch of guys in at corner? Like, what are you basing it on that you think that Keisean Nixon is not in the Green Bay Packers' long-term plans?
The fact that he doesn't have a long-term deal and he's not even being paid fairly. He's not.
No.
It's Elton Jenkins.
Probably worse.
Yeah.
probably worse.
Because you could argue that Elton was at least being fairly compensated.
Yeah.
He just wanted more guaranteed money in the future.
Guaranteed money.
In the future to guarantee his spot here.
Do you think part of it is he thinks he's better than he actually is? Because there are guys like that. I mean, look, when Keith came in and they signed him, I knew I wasn't as good as a route runner as Keith. But I knew there was value. I wasn't stupid.
Well, hold on. I think this is a good question, though. I think this is good. Sorry, Gabe, didn't mean to interrupt you, but I think this is a good question that we should try to address. What percentage of players in the NFL think they're better than they are? I sort of thought, Chu, that you needed that kind of mindset in order to be able to compete, stick around in the toughest league in the country.
Yeah, you are, but you're not delusional about it.
Oh, no.
I mean, Malik Willis last year, who had a great year as a backup, knew, well, maybe I got a shot to unseat Jordan. Not so much.
98% of corners think they're better than they actually are.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And the only ones who don't think they're better than they actually are like the top guys, like Patrick Surtain. Like he's the one, he thinks he's that good and he is that good.
Receivers probably same category.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just part of the mentality. I think that has to go with playing that position. That you have to think you're a little bit better than you actually are.
Yeah. Yeah. See, my thing was like, wow, no one's going to block as good as me.
And we're back.
No, but I'm saying it's just like, Shannon Sharp, okay, better receiver than me. I could
Shannon
go down
Sharp
the
over
list.
100 in Madden?
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It's like,
you knew what your role was, and you played it to the best that you could.
Exactly.
It's so interesting with Keisean Nixon. He is such an interesting case study because generally speaking, we pull and root so damn hard for the underdog, right?
Yeah.
We want these guys to succeed. We want them to hit the top echelon. Keisean Nixon, by all accounts, is the underdog, right? He's the guy who started from the bottom and we're here. And you may not like where here is, that he right now is slotted as your 1 or 2 cornerback, but like we should be like galvanizing around this guy. This should be an example of what hard work and determination and maybe a little bit of delusion, Chu, to your point, gets you.
Oh, if you're a UDFA, you have to have the delusion.
Instead, we're like, shut up, stop talking.
Yeah.
We don't like you. It's a little bit perplexing to me.
Well, and I think a lot of people that are like that, and I'm sure there are plenty of people on YouTube and the Carblers Talking text line right now, they just stopped at the word punishment and didn't read or listen to the rest of that, of him talking about his willingness to compete with wherever they put him on any given day. Because that's what you want to hear from guys, right? That he has the willingness to compete. Hey, I'm going to compete. I'm going to attack this wherever they put me. That's how I'm attacking this. He's not
really
sitting back.
He's really
he's
not from
pouting.
the tackling standpoint.
It's also, unfortunately, it goes with the position, Chu.
Yeah, no, I know.
I wouldn't say there's a ton of willing and able tacklers out there at the cornerback position.
Do you think he's a cut candidate?
I do not.
No chance.
He's too good. Even if if he's your third cornerback, you've got a really good cornerback room. If that dude's your third.
Yeah. Yeah, you
know what I'm
feel
saying?
good about,
So I don't think he's a cut candidate.
This is another great example, Gabe, to your point about how you have to read or listen to the whole thing. If you're one of these people who is on the fence or finds themselves disliking the Keisean Nixon experience, I encourage you to go on Packers.com, find his entire availability at his locker, and listen to the whole thing. Because to Gabe's point, the punishment line is going to lead everything.
Yep.
You're going to see it on social media. You're going to see it as the headline of articles. You are going to be bombarded with it. But the entire availability was actually quite revealing. He basically was like, I don't listen to the noise. This is noise. What y'all are doing right now, and he wasn't blaming the media again, but he was basically saying the situation he finds himself in right now, where people are questioning his value to the team because he's running with the 2s versus the 1s and the tackle against the Steelers, it's noise. And his response to that was basically, I'm competing with myself at the end of the day. Doesn't matter where I'm being thrown on the field. Doesn't matter what y'all are saying about me. Like, basically, it was like exactly what you want to hear from a guy facing a little bit of adversity.
But there's no other word he could use. What's another word he could use instead of punishment?
It's like a demotion. I guess I don't know. There's no word where it wouldn't be loaded. The thing is, this is exactly what Packers fans wanted, was him to be challenged and to be pushed for that CB1 spot. They're now getting it, and now they don't like the guy who's potentially getting a demotion because of it. Like, we're trying to have it both ways. He's being challenged, and he's seen what the punishment for it, which is running with the twos, and now we're unhappy because his attitude is not the exact way we'd like it. Like, at some point, you're getting what you wanted.
And as we've said on this program and on others, if Keisean Nixon is your CB1, that's not Keisean Nixon's fault. That's not Keisean Nixon's doing. That is the organization. And again, you could argue, well, they've tried, right? They're trying. They're actively trying to put the best guy out there at that position. But when we were talking about Keisean potentially being your number one guy, don't hate the player, hate the game. If the Packers didn't do a good enough job bolstering that position, filling that position, bolstering the roster, that's not on him. So I find this to be a very interesting case study in fandom and what you want from your guys who are out there on the field and the virility. Is that the word when something goes viral? The virility?
Sure.
Of
if not
the clips we have seen, because the other one that I think is really haunting him is in the Bears game, right? In the Bears game, where the goal line, which, by the way, the guy was going in the end zone, right? Swift was in the end zone. There was not anything that Keisean Nixon was doing at that moment in time to stop DeAndre Swift from scoring that touchdown. But people see him jumping out of the way and go, ugh, not a great look. 800-990-3776, your reaction to the Keisean Nixon situation and developments over the weekend, where he said maybe he's being punished, but went on to say that no matter what the circumstances are, he's going to compete and take whatever role the team gives him and do his best at it. 800-990-3776, still a lot of stuff to get to this morning on a Monday. Very busy. Brewers with a huge weekend in L.A. We will get to that as the morning rolls on. Gabe?
Imagine hosting an event where you don't have to check your phone. Put out a single fire. Curated music, immersive lighting, welcoming atmosphere. Everything is coming together seamlessly. Guests are smiling, conversations are flowing. You're not worried about what's happening behind the scenes. Well, that's what it can be like if you work with Events by Design. They can handle planning, production, and every detail that will make your next event unforgettable. You've probably been doing Events by Design events and just haven't, completely realized that they've helped us out, whether it's something big, whether it's something little. Events by Design can come in and help you focus on your guests instead of a to-do list. Get started today. All you have to do is search online, see what they can do. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
41 southbound is closed at Highway 145 right before you get to the Richfield interchange where 41 and 45 merge. You'll need to exit at 145, head west to Highway 175, take that south to Holy Hill Road, and then get back onto the freeway that way. On northbound 41, we do have the left lane blocked right at Holy Hill Road. Also, the southbound side, the left lane is blocked right at that spot as well. So just be extra careful heading through that. And that said, there's also an accident, 4394 northbound at Beecher. The left shoulder is blocked there. Feel the speed at the legendary Milwaukee Mile. The only IndyCar doubleheader of the season roars into Wisconsin State Fair Park August 28th through the 30th. Get your tickets now at wistatefair.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 80. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof,
those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Every tailgate has one. One person who brings the grill. One person with the long games. One who's convinced this is the year. But everyone's favorite, the one who shows up with the carbless. Handcrafted premium cocktails with bold flavors, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. No mixers, no mess. Just crack one open and enjoy. This football season, make Carbless the MVP of your cooler. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You called them a white
find someone
stiff
else.
earlier.
From one white stiff to another, I'm pretty well versed in the realm of stiffs.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It's a Great Midwest Bank Mortgage Monday on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. If you're planning a home project or need added flexibility, tap into your home's value with a home equity line of credit from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender. Lots of reaction rolling in this morning. The Carbless talk and text line absolutely popping off. Kevin says, I agree with the criticism of Nixon, but it did look like the players bumped into each other on the missed tackle. Didn't Matt LaFleur address the missed tackle, Joshy? Didn't he have something to say about that missed tackle that we saw in the Steelers game?
What happened on the play on the sideline where it looked like Oladapo and Nixon both should have gotten that guy down and neither one did?
It's called missed tackles. I mean, that play, they were running what we call dragon. It's a slant flat combination into a Palms defense, which I would never want to do that personally. And they threw the flat route, and it gets an explosive play. Like that should not happen. And matter of fact, they did it later on in the game too, and the same thing happened. We missed a tackle on a flat route, and it goes for an explosive gain. So that was what was unfortunate. There was about 4 of those situations. I think they had 8 explosives in the passing game, and I think 4 of them, I'm like, from an offensive play calling standpoint, I was like, oof, I wouldn't want to run that play versus that look. But it shows you why you have to execute, because it doesn't always matter if you got the right play or not. You got to go out and make a tackle and execute your assignment.
Chew, did it feel like he was giving a good explanation for why that happened? Or
Yeah, I mean, that's a simple route. We used to run that dragon. That's a 4-6 yard gain at most.
So
they just look sloppy.
Yeah.
They didn't. I know it's the preseason and it's.
Well, that's why you're hoping
tough to get
sort
up
of
to,
baked in the pie.
But I watched, whether they're second or third stringers or whatever, towards the end of the game, they just look slow. They look slow to you, especially that one long run. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, maybe a hair.
I
guess it's the preseason. I don't get too concerned, right? Like, yeah, you want to make those tackles, and I guess I'm hoping, not just from an entertainment standpoint, but also backing up what LaFleur was talking about earlier this training camp about playing his guys and trying to get off the faster start during the regular season. I'm hoping they play a little bit more against the Broncos and then a little bit more against the Cardinals.
Isn't there a no-name that usually shines in a game?
Not always. Not always.
No.
Sometimes.
In the preseason, there always is, though. Not just in one game, but...
Oh, we've only had one game. Let's give it a minute, right?
No, I know, but, a guy that's like,
Jordan Morgan
he
shined.
could make the team.
Shined?
Shine show?
Hey, I appreciate a shine show better than the opposite. Reaction rolling in this morning. Justin in Jacksonville having a conflict this morning. At 7:03, he texted us saying, the only thing I want from Nixon is to be a kick returner from now on. And then at 7:04, Justin texted back saying, honestly, I don't want him on the team.
That was quick.
But there are so many people who don't want him on the team, and I don't get that. He's not a bum. He's not that bad. He's not like a non-NFL corner. Especially at his price tag, he can bring value to your team.
Yes.
So I don't understand the Packers fans. I can understand not wanting him to be your CB1. I get that completely because he's not good enough to be that guy. So you're hoping that somebody surpasses him. But he still has value as an NFL cornerback. He's still in the upper half of NFL corners in this league.
He'll be QB or CB1. It's CB2 that's the problem. If anything, that's where the other guy's going to start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the philosophy is going to be here. None of the corners they currently have on the roster are good enough to be following anybody around.
No.
So it's just you're going to have an outside corner on the left and an outside corner on the right.
Yes.
So whichever one you want to call one, whichever one you want to call two, feel free.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody's shadowing any wide receiver. Nobody's going to be following Justin Jefferson around in week one.
No.
Lots of reaction rolling in regarding the Keisean Nixon thing, as expected. As we mentioned at the top of the show, he has a bit of a lightning rod for criticism amongst the fan base. So Kyle says, I feel like that scene from Office Space. What would you say you do here? And then Jared says, yes, they're trying to find a CB1. It's a good thing to react to problems, but I would rather have had Goody be more proactive in this situation. At no point did Nixon give anyone the impression he's a bona fide number one, 7th-round corners back-to-back will not get the job done. Fair, Gabe?
I mean, Goody's just picked wrong, I guess, because they gave Nate Hobbs money last year. Not that he was going to surpass Keisean Nixon a year ago. They gave him a pretty sizable contract before they decided to get out of that contract. Then they took their top resource this year, their 2nd-round pick, and made it on a corner because they didn't have a 1st-round pick. So Goody has attempted. He sprinkled some money on Benjamin St-Juste, hoping that his small sample size and being, highly graded in that small sample size for the Chargers would grow into maybe somebody good here. And by all accounts, he's had a pretty good training camp. So they've tried. It's just that it's a very important position, and they haven't used the resources correctly that they've tried to pour into that position. There have been some swings and misses.
And then the other resources is Jordan Morgan versus Cooper DeJean. And if you think that maybe that pick should have gone a different way, we're going to see this year with how Jordan Morgan ends up looking. But I think the Packers probably value a starting left tackle in a franchise future as more valuable than the corner. And they think they can replace that easier. They haven't been successful, but maybe this is the year.
To which I disagree. I think your number one corner is more important than your left tackle. I mean, we survived with our guy last year.
Did you, though?
Yeah, the offensive line was...
Their offensive line was bottom third in the league.
Well, they created the problem with the whole Elton Jenkins thing. I would rather have Elton Jenkins back this year than Aaron Banks.
Well, that's a different conversation.
We're going to have that conversation.
It's a completely different conversation.
They just misevaluated, which they tend to do every now and then.
I think the real mistake was not letting Jordan Morgan play left tackle.
Last year.
Yes.
Well, we'll have a whole segment devoted to the offensive line, so just hold your horses.
You said he looked good, though, against who? Because I bet T.J. Watt wasn't playing, was he?
I have no idea.
He was not.
Okay.
800-990-3776 reaction continuing to roll in this morning. I did see one person. I'd like to find it so I can give credit, but I'm not sure if I can at this moment because it keeps moving along. But
a lot of Keisean reaction.
A lot of Keisean reaction. But somebody said, do we need to worry about Keisean becoming a cancer in the locker room? And again,
I don't think so. Based on what if you listen to the entire clip, he's a guy who's going to compete. He's a guy who has worked his tail off to have an 8-year NFL career as a UDFA, first as a kick returner, or just a special teamer. Just a special teamer into a kick returner, into a slot corner, into an outside corner. That doesn't seem like, to me, somebody who's going to be a malcontent this year and cause problems in the locker room.
Is the problem Jair? Everyone see it trending because he became a problem. He's a huge problem.
And you get worried about something like that?
Either, but I mean, if I'm McKinney, I'm going up to him and say, dude, just play ball. You're not in their plan. I mean, sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah.
Right?
But, I mean, he's got to know.
Sometimes it hurts.
He's got to know that he's not in their plans. Otherwise, he would have gotten a contract extension. It's a pretty simple language.
On how delusional these guys are sometimes.
It's a pretty simple language in the NFL.
Yeah.
If a team likes you, when you get to the last year of that deal, guess what they're doing?
This is like in the dating world. He's just not that into it.
Yeah.
You know how many women string along relationships?
Yeah,
even
the guy
though
you
the writing is
called
on the
ugly
wall?
in college.
Oh my God, it's enough out of you.
You'll never live that down. That's not going in any vault. Yes, exactly.
There are loyal listeners who don't know that story, too.
And there are a lot that do.
You care to share that story, Jen? You want to retell the story?
We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Time to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Did I mention break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy? So much more to get to.
LowTUSA.com. That's LowTUSA.com. That's who you should be reaching out to if you want to feel your very best with Mentality. I've been working with Mentality for years, and I, like a lot of guys out there, kind of ignore the signs of low testosterone. You're tired, groggy, you just don't feel like yourself. But you just assume it's, okay, I'm going through a life change. For me, it was, instead of doing an afternoon show, I was doing the morning show at the time. And, okay, I'm just going to be a little more tired throughout the course of the day. I'm getting a little bit older, just got to make the adjustments. That's the way it has to be. But it doesn't have to be that way with Mentality and their testosterone replacement therapy. And what they've also learned after treating 25,000 plus men is you can't rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your testosterone replacement therapy. And what's great about Mentality is they work in real medicine, and they're continuously checking in on you. It's not just here's your one-size-fits-all treatment plan. Have good luck with it. Every 11, 12, 13 weeks, depending upon what plan you're on, you're going back in, you're getting your blood work done to make sure that your levels are where they need to be so you feel at your best. So reach out to them today. LowTUSA.com. Reach out to Mentality. Feel your best at LowTUSA.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound on 41, we have everything reopened in the Richfield interchange. We do have, southbound 41, the left shoulder is blocked with the crash, and then on the northbound side, the left lane is blocked at Holy Hill Road. So keep that in mind. We've also got another crash up near Highway 60 on 41. Left lane is blocked just before you get to Sherman Road on the northbound side. And then on the southbound side, the freeway is closed just before you get to Highway 144. You're going to be diverted off at Highway 144. I'm still waiting to get the good alternate route to get around this whole thing, but I'm thinking you're probably going to need to take 144, Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive, and take that all the way to 175 and follow that all the way to Holy Hill Road to get back on. So it's just going to be a little bit sticky in that neck of the woods. Traffic is brought to you by MoMA. MoMA is the new name connecting trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, getting you back in action with expert evaluation and innovative treatments. Provided in their offices, the Surgery Center, Ortho Laser, or MOSH. Call or walk in today. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 80. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With a new Toyota from Toyota's National Sales Event, you can turn your end-of-summer scaries into end-of-summer woes. Pack a picnic into a 4Runner and hit up a stunning mountain vista.
Whoa!
Haul a bouncy castle in a Tundra.
Whoa! I'm king of the castle!
Or take a BZ to an amusement park with friends. Whoa! Keep your woes going this summer in a new Toyota.
Event ends August 31st. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is setting the stage to rock your socks off. This August, jam out with real rock off. You could win raging prizes to the tune of $300,000. Get in on the jam session by playing with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries. Thursday nights will be a game show battleground for your share of cash and reward play. Real rock off. It's gonna be epic. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
As a homeowner, I know how easy it is to put off maintenance projects. Hey, it's Jen Latta here, and one thing I've learned from working with 2-Day Painting is that preventative maintenance is almost always less expensive than major repairs later. Whether it's exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or preparing your home for another Wisconsin winter, the team at 2-Day Painting can help. Don't wait until small problems become costly ones. Ask about their free touch-ups for life and schedule your free estimate today at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com, and tell them Jen sent you.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this, and Summit Credit Union's got you.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Bumble is a
Tuna.
dating app.
It's tuna.
I love tuna. I had some last night.
How do you eat your tuna?
Can we, for once, grow up on this show?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and if you're chasing big jackpots and nonstop excitement, Potawatomi Casino Hotel is your place to play. Fast payouts, so you're right back in the action. Never miss out on a jackpot because they've got them on all the screens all over the casinos. They've got 2,600 slot machines, including exclusives straight off the Vegas Strip. We're talking about the latest and greatest games in the Midwest, and if you're not sure where to find your favorite game, no worries. Just ask one of the friendly slot attendants. They're an expert on the floor. They can help you find it immediately. Play your way with denominations from 1 cent all the way up to $100. Whether you enjoy classic reels or the latest interactive games, there is always something new to discover at the Potawatomi Sportsbook and Casino Hotel. Want to get to the Brewers very quickly here, and we will continue talking about the Brewers in the second hour of the show as well. But when you consider the big picture, when you consider that they dropped 3 straight to the Padres, when you consider they were facing the Dodgers with the season tiebreaker on the line, when you consider how well the Cubs had been playing, and when you consider that the Brewers did a really good job over that 17-game stretch. 10-7, Gabe? Was that the
10-7 over the 17
tally?
games. Mm-hmm.
And they dealt with injuries, the injuries to the bullpen, the injuries to the lineup. We talked at the time. Who's in today? Who's out today? Who's starting at third? There were all sorts of things. I got to be honest with you. Did they play well throughout that stretch? Not always, no. But it was a pretty good result. And they are in a pretty good position, given all of the adversity that they dealt with over that 17-game stretch.
I mean, the only thing they did was give a half game back to the Cubs. They entered that 17-game stretch, 5.5 up on Chicago in the division. They enter play today, and they now have, obviously, the off day, 5 games up on the Chicago Cubs. because they were able to kind of right the ship, and they got the just enough runs that they needed out there in Los Angeles. Contreras had a 0-for-20 skid during the 17 game, and he had a couple of hits, had another one yesterday. Offense scuffing along. You've got an ugly bleeping defense where Andrew Vaughn's at third and Gary Sanchez is at first. Somehow make one of the highlight plays of the year between a backhanded diving stop by Vaughny and an unconventional pick by Gary Sanchez over at first. It's like he was catching over there and just somehow defensively picked it.
Somehow a mix between a hockey goalie and a catcher trying to field the ball at first base.
Hey, it worked. It ended up working. And that's what you have to do over the course of 162. You're going to have stretches where, Joey was out because of the neck thing. And now, hopefully Bryce Terang returns to the lineup tomorrow. And they were able to keep their heads above water where now they're on the other side of this thing. And hopefully some of these slumps are over. Hopefully, Jackson Chourio continues to swing a great bat. Hopefully Jake Bauers continues to swing a great bat. And you mix in Bryce Terang there. And hopefully you can kind of get back to what you want to see out of this Brewers offense over the final 6 weeks of the season.
Are the Dodgers in trouble?
No.
Because they're playing horrible baseball.
Can't imagine.
Yeah.
So you think they have the ability to just turn it on when the playoffs start?
Well, we talked last week, maybe you were out, Chu, about how they sort of just stash guys. And I don't want to make it seem like...
They did it last year with their starting lineup.
It was the same thing last year, Chu. They were the 3 seed. They didn't have a bye.
Yeah.
They were the 3 seed. They had to they beat up on the Reds, and then they went into Philly and beat the Phillies.
So at the end of the day, how do we take this series?
Big.
It's big in that you took 3 of 4 and you righted a ship that after losing 3 in a row, like, do I take a look at this as, oh yeah, they're definitely beating the Dodgers in the playoffs? No. I mean, the Brewers are a good team. The Dodgers are a good team.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are going to get healthier. They're going to add Tyler Glasnow. Shohei is going to start pitching here. So some of these guys that are in the starting rotation, they just placed the lefty that they threw on Saturday night on IL, but somebody like that's going to have to go to the bullpen.
So do the Brewers need to do a little of this?
What do you mean?
Stashing players.
You can't
just let them rest. Huh?
You can't.
Why not? It worked yesterday.
What do you mean?
Vaughn at third.
You don't want to be living life like that. That's break glass in case of emergency stuff.
Yeah, but you want everyone healthy.
Yeah, you would need to be able to pay for $100 million pitchers that didn't pitch throughout the regular season that you could then bring back and then have enough guys in the system to pitch well.
Okay.
Speaking of pitching, though, I did love that we got the Logan Henderson-Tarek Skubal matchup yesterday, which was essentially the guy the Brewers were trying to get against the guy the Brewers refused to give up to try to get that guy, and Logan Henderson obviously had the better performance yesterday. And then, Chu, when you ask how big the series is, you cannot overlook that the Brewers got the tiebreaker over the Dodgers now.
Yeah.
So if there were any sort of tie down the stretch, the head-to-head advantage that the Brewers have gives them the better playoff seed down the road, which, again, it's not the end-all, be-all. It doesn't promise
it's a nice little feather in the cap.
But it is, again, should we find ourselves in a tie as the season goes on. I think it was big. I don't want to dismiss it at all. But I do think that the season is going to come down to those 7 games against the Cubs.
Yeah, probably.
Which is the end of August, beginning of September, right?
Yeah, have a
got
winning record
4
in
against
those.
the Cubs, then a 3 against the Reds, and then 3 against the Cubs again. And so that, to me, is the season. So you just keep stacking success, keep stacking series wins. But to me, what happens in those 7 games is going to make or break this year. Fair?
Yeah, I'm not too worried. I was worried about this stretch here, like a 2 and 7.
Yeah,
I was a little worried. Now I'm not.
I mean, we were hoping they would go 4-3. Going into this Western road trip, and it was kind of a beat up roster, and to get swept and then take 3 out of 4 and walk out of there 3-4 in this 7-game stretch, it's hard to be hanging your head about that. Yeah. Absolutely. By the way, shout out to Joshua Baez for kicking the crap out of the Cubs on Saturday, helping the crew out.
Yeah.
Best debut in baseball history. 3 home runs in your first 3 at-bats.
Oh, the Cardinals kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't he barely miss a 4th?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
3 home runs. First pitch you ever see, Chew, you hit it out of the ballpark at Wrigley.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. And then you hit home runs in your next 2 at-bats, too.
Yeah, but they were saying, because I had Cubs St. Louis on the plane ride back.
Sure, because they were on ABC yesterday.
Yeah. And they were saying Bregman did the same thing, but he didn't get any juice for doing it.
Well,
it wasn't
because
it
wasn't his first game ever. Yeah, hitting 3 home runs in a game is impressive and incredibly hard to do, but doing it in your first game ever.
I think it was Ross, who's a former Cub.
Yeah.
God, they always whine about something, huh? It's always something.
Wasn't Smoltz whining that Jacob Mizorowski doesn't have like a good mix of pitches or doesn't know what he's doing?
I'll tell you,
like, he's the Cy Young. What do you mean? Seems like he figured something out.
Josh, I am usually one, I've never understood the hate for Joe Buck.
Right.
Oh, Joe Buck hates my team. Troy Aikman hates my team. Well, no, you just hate Troy Aikman because he played for the Cowboys, so you hate him, so you think he hates your team.
Yeah.
Same thing with Joe Buck, and Joe's done a great job of making that. Like, they're not homers in the way that B.A. and Levering and those guys are, so you think they hate their team. Saturday night's broadcast, from a national perspective, was very bad.
Yeah.
Like, Joe Davis getting more excited for the infield single that the Dodgers had versus Joey Ortiz's home run off of Tarek Skubal. Like, what the hell are we doing? And then every time Smoltz is on a broadcast where Miz is pitching, he just spends the entire broadcast just absolutely raining on Miz's parade.
Because he's jealous.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
He's absolutely
Smoltz
jealous.
seems to be actively combative to baseball as a whole. He just doesn't like
this
it.
bleeping sport.
Yeah.
What did it ever do for me?
He seems to have not enjoyed the past 10 years of baseball at all, at any stop.
But this shouldn't be a surprise. And again, I didn't get to hear I saw it on social media. Trust me, I saw the deluge of criticism for Joe Davis and John Smoltz.
Again, usually I feel that's an overreaction, Jen. Mm-hmm. The people were 100% right.
But what I will say is, don't we know that? Don't we always talk about how the Brewers are sort of overlooked nationally? How they're and again, it's gotten better. I always send, we share in our text chain, MLB.com, right? MLB Network. And they're talking glowingly about the Brewers. And they've got these guys on day in and day out. I still think that there is a portion of the population out there that's like, oh, that's cute. Little old Brewers, right? Not recognizing that they have won the division now year in and year out and year in and year out. And that, again, they got the 1 seed and they have the best record in baseball and all the things. It to me, is a little bit of like, can't change your spots, old dog, new tricks and whatnot.
I mean, but it's a national broadcast. Like, you call it down the middle.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does a great job of that is B.A.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he
when
does.
B.A. calls the Brewers national games, like, I'm always like, hey, it's pretty cool that we got B.A. on the call, but he does such a good job of keeping it
right down
between the guardrails.
Yeah.
So that was disappointing because I think Joe Davis is a good baseball guy, but it was just like, why are we getting so excited about a ball that was hit 37 miles an hour and an infield singled over to second base than William Contreras' and or Joey Ortiz's home runs that decided this game?
Yeah, lean into the Dodger hate. Go the other way.
Well, it's hard because he's the home broadcaster.
He's the much like BA's the Brewers guy.
Oh, okay.
Joe Davis is the Dodgers guy.
Lots of folks on the Carbless Talking text line and on the YouTube stream who are agreeing with the criticism of the broadcasters.
It's tough.
From commenters seem very disappointed that the Dodgers lost. That from Electronic Dancing Commando. Either way, now I'm picturing you dancing commando, and I'm not sure that's good for anyone this morning. Take a break, roll on right after this.
If you've been living with low back pain or some shooting pain that runs down your leg, you know how frustrating that can be. Maybe you've been sitting through your kid's game, and that hurts. Getting it out of the car is miserable. Maybe you've been told you've had a bulging or herniated disc. Before you assume surgery is your only option, talk with my friends at Jens Family Chiropractic. Now, I've been going to Jens for about 2 months. They have been spectacular. And one of the things that I do at Jens is an option for you. Non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. It's designed to relieve pressure on discs and nerves that cause pain. Their goal is simple: help you getting back to living your life without surgery whenever that is possible. So check out the website, jensfamilychiropractic.com. See if they can help you. They've been helping folks for 10 years in the Milwaukee area. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Bruss.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Kevin Moret from Mentality Men's Health. Here's what we've learned in treating 25,000 men. You can't just rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your TRT. Our physician's treatment designed to support your recovery, repair, and performance with peptide therapy. A custom plan around your numbers, monitored every step of the way. Testosterone levels the field, and peptides drive your results. Start today at lowtusa.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Snap-on IndyCar weekend of the Milwaukee Mile. 2 races, 1 iconic track, twice the action. August 28th through the 30th. This is summer's fastest ticket. So get yours now and hold on tight.
Winning football teams have a playbook. Winning businesses? They've got Robert Half. Because when your star player's out or the workload blitzes, you need the right move fast. That's where Robert Half's specialized recruiters, together with their award-winning AI technology, step in, matching companies with skilled contract talent across finance, tech, legal, and more. It's depth on your bench. It's keeping the drive alive. Visit roberthalf.com/talent. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Michelle here. Look, in sports, the best teams know when to make their move. Sherwin-Williams is making theirs with 30% off Duration, Super Deck, and Woodscapes products. August 14th through the 24th. You know, I'm looking at these studio walls and I'm thinking I wouldn't mind a little more red in here. Get that Cardinal spirit going. Yeah, I like that. Order online, get everything delivered right to your door, or swing by your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Look, you take Jesus and the presents out, and it's not even in the top 10.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you take sex out of the anniversary, then that's not that fun either.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Navigating today's complex market takes more than just a bank. It takes a strategic partner. And at Fifth Third Bank, they help businesses manage risk and solve financial challenges with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making. For 167 years, for nearly 20 right here in Milwaukee, they've been empowering growth and solutions like commercial payments, capital structure optimization, and risk mitigation strategies, big enough to deliver sophisticated solutions, yet local enough to make decisions that matter. Connect with the Milwaukee team today. Experience the difference that only Fifth Third can provide. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
I was laughing when Joshy sent us the text, tweet, whatever it was, Germany to scrap a company drinking for 14, 15-year-olds. And somebody wrote something like, well, Wisconsin, you should always count on Wisconsin, to come through in that space.
Still standing strong.
So apparently the 14 and 15-year-olds have been allowed to purchase and consume alcohol with their parents in Germany. That does feel awfully young.
There were some young kids in Oktoberfest.
I'm sure there
which
were.
was quite odd. I mean, odd.
Like Layla and Kira running around with a Stein in their hands.
Dancing. Yeah, because the Steins were bigger than them. Yeah, that was a little weird.
So apparently Germany is walking that back. I will tell you this, guys. We finally have locked down spring break 2027, which was so weird.
I mean, finally locked down spring break 2027.
I know people that have had it locked down for months. Like, planning spring break.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
especially with a big group.
Right. So Chase is going to be a senior.
Mm-hmm.
So planning the spring break and gathering the folks and all of that stuff has been an ordeal. But we finally have sort of nailed down the details. And you can imagine my son's glee when he will turn 18 in January. Spring break is in March. And where we're going, he can go to the casinos. He's pretty jacked up.
Yeah.
He was talking about all that yesterday. He was like, so I'll be 18. That means I can gamble. And I go, with what money? Whose money are we gambling with? Do you feel like this is a slippery slope? Do you think I should not let him gamble on spring break?
No, I mean, the casino that was, I don't remember what it's called now. It used to be the Dubuque Greyhound Park and Casino, right over the border from where I went in Platteville. And we would go there. You didn't have to be 21 to enter that casino. You only had to be 18. So, I mean, we would go there and play blackjack and all the different table games on occasion.
Does he know
a couple
how to
of
play?
guys.
Well, I think he thinks he knows how to play. I think there will have to be some blackjack lessons, maybe, a few tips headed into the actual playing. I think he plays in his buddy's basement,
You could treat it as a great responsible gambling tutorial. Here's what we go in with. Here's how we play. Once we hit our limit, we leave.
And learn how to walk, right? Walk away from the table.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean, learn how to walk?
He's 18, not 18 months.
Yeah.
Walking for a while. So anyway, he's very excited about the possibility of gambling. And I was like, yeah. And meanwhile, it's still like 7-8 months away. So you can't let this carry you through. You know what I mean? You can't be waking up every day going, only 7 more months till I can gamble on spring break. So Chewy, did you do the spring break thing where you had to
Yeah. Probably, there's 10, 12 families involved and stuff like that. Yeah, the kids, they put most of it together, right?
The kids put most of it together?
Yeah, where they want to go, the group they want to go with.
Gambling.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was a good 6 years of it. I don't know if I miss it. Probably not.
Doesn't sound like it.
No.
Okay, so you're wondering out loud right now if you miss going to a place with other people's children who you famously do not like, large groups of people which you famously do not like, making plans that far in advance which you famously do not like, and you're wondering if you missed that?
But they disappear. So they get there and then disappear. You really don't see them, because they're still at that age. It's okay to hang out with your parents, but not real cool.
Sure.
Which is fine, which was fine with me. But stories, you'll have stories. You'll have some stories. Nothing crazy, though.
Well, you can imagine my daughters were like, when is spring break? And I was like, March. And they were like, what month are we in now? And I was like, August. And their faces fell. Like, wait a minute. I go, yeah, we got to get through college football season. We got to get through the gauntlet of birthdays. We got to get through a lot of stuff.
College basketball season?
Before we're even talking spring break. Hey, we've enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help us with our home projects. As you might know, my husband and I, not the most handy people. We can do the small things, but for the big things and the important things like remodeling our basement, we count on our friends over at PCI. And look, they're looking for skilled carpenters who care about their craft and want to be a part of a team. So if you or someone you know works hard and takes pride in what they build, have them apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com. That's professionalconstructioninc.com. Click on the careers tab to apply.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Kind of difficult north of the Richfield interchange on 41. The northbound side has the left lane blocked just before you get to Sherman Road. And then on the southbound side, that is completely closed. You'll be diverted off at Highway 144. You'll need to take that, head south to 175, and take that all the way to about 145 to get back onto the freeway that way. A little bit closer into the downtown area, we have a crash northbound 41 at Beecher. That is on the left shoulder. We've also got some delays northbound 4394 coming out of the Plainfield curve all the way up to that point. We got southbound 41 slowing down just before you get to Good Hope Road all the way to Silver Spring, northbound from just before Capitol up to Hampton. Eastbound 94, you've got backups from 76th Street all the way to 35th. Painting doesn't have to be overwhelming. Let 2-Day Painting do the work. Ask about 15% off and free touch-ups for life. Schedule your free estimate at 2daypainting.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 80. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for your next unforgettable night out in Milwaukee? Step into Upper Bar, where the city lights meet the river's edge and every evening feels like an occasion. Perched above the Milwaukee River with sweeping downtown views, Upper Bar is your stylish escape to the heart of the city. Sip handcrafted cocktails, explore curated wines, and share flavorful bites made for good company. Whether you're meeting friends, starting your night, or just chasing the view, you'll find it all here. Upper Bar, elevated evenings right in the center of it all. Visit upperbarmke.com to learn more.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is express entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, if you missed any of the first hour of the show where we have talked Keisean Nixon, where we have talked about the Brew Crew, you can find it, as always, wherever you get your podcasts or on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Everything is there on demand. So we're all anxiously waiting for Tucker Kraft to be back on the field. It is no secret that the Packers offense operated differently when he was on the field last year versus when he wasn't. And Joshy, I'm telling you, I feel the exact same way that you do about Tucker Kraft. When we talk about a guy who you can root for, who you want on your team, who you are excited to have success in this league, Tucker Kraft checks all of those boxes. Let's take a listen to what Tucker Kraft said about why he is still out there competing, even though he and the Green and Gold have not put pen to paper on an extension.
I ask this from a place of respect. Why are you doing this? Like, you're in the last year of your contract, you're arguably the best tight end in football. You probably deserve to be paid like it. You're absorbing some risk by being out there in 11 on 11. Why are you doing this?
I'll always put it back on the team. Like, every one of these guys comes in here and this is a violent sport and we risk life and limb. You know, guys have to medically retire from they banging heads, they got messed up necks, backs. You know, how many times can you blow a knee out? You know, guys keep fighting and clawing to come back into this locker room, and that's the reason I do it. You know, there's other attributes. I want to leave a legacy on this sport as a whole. You know, I want my children to see the lengths I would go to fight for something I love, and I think I have it right here in the G.
Chew, I imagine that's a guy you'd like to share the locker room with.
Yeah. Those are the guys you want to play with, but
But also, what advice would you give this young man?
I would say leave it at 11 on 11. I wouldn't go to contact yet because it's a different game, and he talked about taking care of his kid, kids, wanting to know his legacy, but make sure you set those kids up for later on in life. I mean, it's fine. 11 on 11. I don't think I would be going full go against Arizona.
So that's still a couple weeks away.
Yeah.
It's next week.
It's hard because he's a throwback.
Mm-hmm.
He's a throwback, but you got to be smart about it, like Jason said. So that's fine. Give him a little bit. I don't know why it's not done yet. I mean, is there a little bit of the Packers taking advantage, going, "Hey, we got a throwback here. We're in no rush here."
Kind of feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of feels like they're taking advantage of the situation.
Now, what is he? Is it just 11 on 11?
So he did 11 on 11 for the first time yesterday,
which is thud. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
do you think there's any degree of this where Tucker maybe isn't being as team friendly as the Packers may have anticipated? And I'm not saying he's asking for the sun, moon, and stars.
No.
But instead of the just go over the next guy, it's more like the $22-23 million.
Well, the Packers are using that to their leverage as well, saying, well, we're not sure you're going to be the player you were because you're
he says, yeah, watch this.
Yeah. So they're kind of playing him a little bit, but
it doesn't seem like he's too concerned about it, though. Doesn't seem like it's, once we get to the regular season, he's going to pull the rug out and go, oh, now we're here. You haven't paid me yet. I'm not, my knee. I'm not going to play. That doesn't seem like that's going to happen. It seems like he's just full bore, and whatever the contract happens, it happens.
When did Adam Schefter think that it would get done? When we talked to him last, he did say that maybe you weren't on the show. Maybe you weren't on the show.
I think he just said before the start of the season.
Comes down
before
to
the start
me
of the season.
remembering what Adam said on Thursday. That was a wild
I mean, if
show.
I was him, I would go to them and say, all right, I will practice and do all this stuff, but you're paying for the insurance policy. Because I had an insurance policy, and those are pricey.
You just don't hear about that much anymore. Does it happen?
No. Well, you're talking so much money now.
Yeah, how many of these companies are actually...
if I can remember, mine was, I don't know, $6-8 million, and the premium was, and this is for like a month or 2 months, the premium was probably low 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice chunk of change. But I would use that, say, well, then, or tack it onto the bill at the end of the day. You got to be careful because they will take advantage of you. They will.
Because as a player...
And it's okay. It's okay. Jordan Love did it.
Yeah.
And it was fine. It was okay.
Because as a player, the only leverage you have is withholding your services. And when you are as important as Tucker Kraft is to the Green Bay Packers, withholding your services, if Tucker Kraft said, all right, I did 11 on 11 yesterday, I'm not doing any more full team workouts until I get a new contract, this contract's done by the end of the week,
but
right?
Similarly, because Tucker Kraft is a good guy, they know, Chew, to your point, that it's going to be very difficult for him to stand on the sideline and not contribute to the team in a meaningful way. And they're going to use that, what do you call it? Like moral? They're basically playing off of his, I don't want to say niceness, but what is the term? Basically, like, you're a good guy.
Throwback,
you're going to do the right thing. And we know it's going to be excruciating for you to sit out.
Practicing right now isn't necessarily the right thing.
No, not really. But you want to get your work in.
Yeah.
And, there's non-contact injuries. Now, I'm definitely, like I said, not going against Arizona or playing in a preseason game because the player on the other side of the line of script doesn't care.
Well, no. Okay, but
he could care less.
Let me ask you that, Chew, then. Would you be shocked if Tucker Kraft decides that he wants to play? And ends
in the preseason?
Well, I don't know. Didn't we say we expect him back week 1? I don't think we expect him to play in any preseason games.
What about the joint practice?
Definitely not. I mean, it's just, if this was his second big deal, if he already had the big one in the bank, then I'd be like, all right, it's fine.
All right,
the chances are small, but there's still a chance.
There's still a chance.
Let me go one step further. What if he thinks he needs live action reps?
Well, you do.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, this is why it's a tough spot for this kid because while it's probably in his best interest to not play, he certainly is hearing the chirping inside his brain of, however, there are benefits to getting out there on the field and actually seeing some contact before the games actually matter.
Yes, but it's kind of like you already sewed up your playoff spot, but you want to keep your quarterback sharp, and you play him, and then he throws his shoulder out. And you're like, what are you doing playing him? You know? I mean, there's still a risk. There's still a chance.
You know what's funny about the whole Tucker Kraft comment we just heard?
Yeah.
If you spliced out Jason's question and just started at the part where he says it's a violent game, that could be used as this is the reason that I am playing, or this is the reason I am not playing.
Yeah.
Like it literally, if you cut out the context of the question at the beginning, him talking about how violent the game is, him wanting to have a legacy for his kids, all these sorts of things could be used as that makes sense as to why he's not playing until he gets.
But he gets it because he knows that you need live reps, you need live work in order to be ready. He probably won't even be ready for that first game.
What is keeping the Packers from just signing him to the extension, making him the top paid
My guess
tight
is
end?
he probably wants 23, right? He probably, and rightfully so, because it's timing. He wants to be the highest paid because he's not going to be the highest paid for long.
Probably not.
Because you got Bowers.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, Bowers is still a year away.
This is his third year.
I mean, so he's probably 2 years away because he was a first-round pick, so they'll throw the fifth-year option. So he probably won't get a contract.
But they'll probably sign him before
play that fifth.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Jason,
So play 2 more
Jason,
years.
gosh darn it. I do believe that Adam Schefter said he believes that number will start with a 2, meaning he believes Tucker Kraft will make $20 million plus.
Yeah. Yes.
And why not? If you're the Packers, you already got deals, team-friendly deals out of Watson and Reed. I mean, what's the point of saving that money if you're not going to spend it somewhere?
Yeah. No, I know.
I mean, it could be as simple as, hey, we agree you should get that money per year, but the Packers probably want a lower guarantee. And he probably wants a higher guarantee.
Or length of years.
Yeah.
You know. Because I would want a 3. They probably want a 4.
Mm-hmm. They being the team or they being Tucker Kraft?
The team would want a 4.
But the numbers that you've seen thrown around there are like $80 million for 4, which would be $20 million per year.
Yeah, he probably wants a little north of that. It's just how, I mean, he does have leverage because the closer you get to the start of the season, he could be like, eh.
But he's based on what you just heard.
No, I know.
Do you think I don't think I don't think at any point he is going to exercise the leverage that he has.
No, he's
the
not.
only one that he
and
does.
then the Packers are going to be like
banking on that.
Correct.
Yeah. So.
And he'll keep stringing him along.
Like, my biggest fear, and I'd have dreams all the time that I didn't work out for like 2 months in the off season, and I go to camp, and I'm like, oh, can't block a kicker. Yeah. So I get it. He wants to get ready, and there's ways to do it because you're playing against your guys, and they're smart enough to know if there's a compromising position, then back off, but other teams don't care.
It's just funny because as we look around this roster and we talk about where there are deficiencies or maybe where Goody and company didn't evaluate talent properly and sort of left them in the lurch, this is one where they nailed it, right? They got a talented guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's dealt with the ACL injury, but by every measure, by every account, he wants to be out there. He expects to be out there, and he expects to be productive as he was pre-ACL injury. It feels like to me this is where you spend the money. This is where you don't try to take a shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
This is, you don't sit there and go, well, how can we, get a deal here on. No, like, you did good. You found a diamond in the rough. You found a guy that most other people were not. I mean, I don't know how many draft boards Tucker Kraft was on, but bottom line is, so when you draft well, when you have someone who is early productive, when they're 25 years old and they're a workhorse and they want to be on the field, pay that man his money. I don't understand why you try to take shortcuts in those situations.
I think
you can get those team deals when you're dealing with Watsons and Reeds, who are good players, don't get me wrong, but they're not top 5 at their position. When somebody reaches top 5 at their position, you just have to pay the going rate.
Yeah. Right. And again, it should be a feather in your cap. Good job. When it comes to talent evaluation, you nailed it. You hit on it.
And the fact that, Jack Becta, his agent, has been around since I was playing, and he's not stupid. So my guess, the fact that he's doing this, it'll be done in 2
Do you think that means they're close?
Yeah, I do.
Was Jack a guy who kind of kept things close
He's
to the
old
vest?
school.
So maybe
he's
it's not. Because Adam keeps saying that he hasn't heard that they're close, but I believe he did say that he thought it would be done by the start of the season.
My guess is they're just, like Gabe said, negotiating guaranteed and years.
Just draw the parallels. At this point of training camp, when Jordan Love was about to sign his deal, or it was in conversation, remember sort of the sniping match that went back and forth between Jordan's agent and the Packers and their preferred people who they like to leak stuff? Like, that was definitely happening. That's not happening here.
No.
So I would say the acrimony isn't there.
No.
It's just sort of finding the exact right option. Maybe there's some confidence that they can say, hey, we're looking for you to get back on the field first and show you're capable, all that. Like, I don't think there's the same degree of, like, I guess, acrimony.
I would not. If they said, hey, we want to give you the deal, but we need to see you get back on the field first in that week 1, I would not. That to me feels like a huge gamble.
I'm
That
not
to me
saying
feels
week
like a
1. I'm
huge risk.
saying in camp and in
okay.
11-on-11 and preseason.
Okay.
I that's what I meant. Not,
where you have a little more control over
Right.
the circumstances.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's no chance if they were like, hey,
it'd be
we're not
stupid.
signing this deal until you get out there on the field and we see how you go up against, the Minnesota Vikings number 1. So
Yeah.
I'd be like, no chance in France.
No live bullets.
Because you would think he'd go 7-on-7 before. No, but mentally he's got to get over bodies around him.
Because that's how he got hurt.
That's the biggest thing to get around.
Well, and that's the difference between
it
him and
makes you-
Christian.
yeah.
Right? Christian Watson was a non-contact
Yeah.
injury. He goes down. He suffers it because
Yeah.
he got rolled up on.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to get used to bodies being around you, especially as a tight end,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunter weighing in on the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. Goody gonna lowball a playmaker, as is tradition. See, I don't like that you have that narrative.
Is he
That's
the one
not-
doing it, or is that Russ Ball?
They're
column
all
A, column B.
involved. Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
involved.
but they all are their own pillar. It's famously Mark Murphy created it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Goody wants the best price possible on every single player. But when it comes to these negotiations and the Packers end up on the top end of every deal, do we think Goody's putting all that time in, or the guy they hired to do exactly
Goody's
what
just
he's
saying get
done?
it done.
Yeah.
He's just saying
I
get
think
it
Goody's
done.
just saying, hey,
Yeah.
this is a guy I would
Uh-huh.
like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goody's got to save all that money for his next
Yeah.
Nate Hobbs
Yeah.
signing. Yeah, exactly.
Or he's got to save it to eat all that salary cap space when they release Aaron Banks next year.
Oh, I think we could go on and on and on if I'm being honest about some of the errors in finances from a team standpoint. But we will get to Aaron Banks and the offensive line as the show rolls on. It's a great Midwest Bank Mortgage Monday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. If you're planning a home project or need added flexibility, tap into your home's value with a home equity line of credit. Maybe you've heard it called a HELOC before. Well, Great Midwest Bank offers them. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 41 is closed right at Highway 144, all the way down to just past Highway 60, where this crash apparently happened. So you'll be diverted off at Highway 144 heading southbound. Take that all the way to 175 and then follow 175 to 145 to get back onto the freeway past Highway 60. Now, the northbound side does still have the left lane blocked right before Sherman Road. So just keep that in mind. You are going to have to shift over. There's a bit of a backup through that area as well. Southbound 43, slowing down just south of Brown Deer Road to Bender. We've got southbound 41 looking pretty good. A little bit heavy volume just past Appleton Avenue. On the northbound side, we do have delays from Capitol Drive past Hampton. And then westbound 94, you got backups from 35th Street to Hawley Road, back on the brakes, crossing over the county line to Calhoun. Feel the speed at the legendary Milwaukee Mile. The only IndyCar doubleheader of the season roars into Wisconsin State Fair Park August 28th through the 30th. Get your tickets now at wistatefair.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 80. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 64. Weather's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
That's why I said the toughest part to me for the Packers is that the division is, I think, better than it's been.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
So the issue is, and I'm working on the T-shirt right now, this season is very simple.
This guy.
Got to win the damn division.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
It's time now for the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day, featuring helpful tips to protect your home and prevent costly repairs by staying one step ahead of sewer problems. From your local experts at Sewer Ninjas.
One of the most common questions we hear is, will my homeowner's insurance cover my sewer repair? The answer is, it depends on your policy. Some homeowners carry additional sewer or service line coverage that may help pay for repairs to your sewer lateral. Because every policy is different, we always recommend contacting your insurance agent to understand exactly what coverage you have. I'm Jordan with Sewer Ninjas, locally owned, Wisconsin proud, and here to help you protect your home.
This has been the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day, helping Wisconsin homeowners stay ahead of costly sewer problems 1 minute at a time. Learn more today at sewerninjas.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
For all skilled sheet metal workers in Racine and Kenosha, your future is calling. If you're looking for incredible pay, added job security, and unbeatable benefits, take a look at Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers. In this area, the total wage package for experienced journeymen is starting at $87 an hour. So make a smart move and transform your future today. Go to smart18.work to find out more.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Excuse me. Hold on. Getting choked up over it. So, hold on. Give me a moment.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know what I always say, happy wife means a happy life, and a lot of times that starts with a visit to the Jewelry Center. From custom-made in Milwaukee engagement rings to everyday pieces like diamond earrings or a gold chain for a special occasion, the Jewelry Center does it all. And here's the thing. They design everything in-house so you can sit down with an expert, build the perfect ring, and it may cost a lot less than you think. When that day comes for my boys to take that next step, I know exactly where they're going. They're going where Gabe went, the Jewelry Center. Stop into one of their 4 locations, Brookfield, Greenfield, Burlington, or Mequon today.
Brewers are off today. Packers back in action, preseason action this Friday. Taking on Denver, right, Gabe?
Denver at Denver. At 8 p.m. kickoff.
Guys, I got so sucked in, side note, to the Whitefish Bay Midwest Regional Final on Friday morning And I just want to take a moment to congratulate and compliment that team. They were down in many of their games, ended up in the losers bracket, but fought their way back in all of the games to end up in the Midwest Regional Final. And in that game, taking on Iowa, which is sort of a juggernaut in the Midwest Regional, they were down, I think, what was the score? They ended up tying it up late in the game, and then they ended up tying it up again in extras and ended up losing 7-6. I know, true. I was riding a roller coaster of emotion with this Whitefish Bay Little League team, and I just wanted to say here on the radio, congratulations to them for all that they accomplished. They were, as expected. The boys are walking off in the handshake line. They got tears running down their face. It feels like the weight of the world is on their shoulders because they fell just short in this extra innings Midwest Regional Final. Gabe, it sounds like maybe you were paying attention to the game as it went on or saw maybe social media.
Yeah, I saw the clips afterwards. Yeah.
Little League was the best. You'd have your uniform on at 2 o'clock.
With
the threat of rain.
7
For a
o'clock
7 o'clock game,
You're like,
yeah.
please don't rain. There was nothing worse than a rain out in Little League baseball.
100%.
Nothing worse.
You see the clouds coming in, you're like, it's not going to rain.
Yeah.
It's not going to rain.
Yeah. The field's all lined.
It's ready to go.
Box, and
it's a bummer because the Brewers Brewers this Sunday are playing in the Little League Classic.
Yes.
Playing the Braves.
There would have been a lot of symmetry there because the Brewers will be in Williamsport. And if the Whitefish Bay team had won, they would have represented the Midwest region in the Little League World Series. So that would have been kind of cool. They did talk about Craig Counsell and how they play on Craig Counsell Field. And Craig Counsell in the Midwest Regional Championship game gave him a shout out. So go out and get him. So that probably just,
doesn't help.
Kidding.
Benedict Counsell giving you a pep talk.
Kidding. Yeah, I would guess most of those kids are Brewers fans, although maybe some holdovers who root for the Cubs as well. But just wanted to take a moment here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy and shout out the Whitefish Bay Little League team that did a fantastic job in their run to the championship game and fell just short. We are going to talk about Aaron Banks. Do you guys want to start talking about Aaron Banks? You want to take a break, come back and talk about Aaron Banks? You guys give me the roadmap here. Looks like Gabe needs a minute.
You need a minute.
It's probably the worst decision that. Well, I mean, if we're blaming Goody, if we're blaming Russ Ball, I don't know who we're blaming.
This is why you never pay a contractor in full before he does the work. Am I right?
Yeah, they won't show up.
It's not a bad pop.
I'm just saying. And I am speaking from personal experience, okay?
Oh, you made that error, did you?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
It's starting to become it's starting to become exceedingly clear.
Yeah.
As to why you don't have access to any of your bank accounts.
Yeah, well, you're not allowed to make the decisions. Although, while we're here doing a off-topic segment, apparently the suit got fixed. You said this morning.
The suit got fixed, but there's another story. All right, I'll give you time on the Aaron Banks. I'll tell this real quick. Go to the airport, coming back. I hate connecting. Connecting sucks. So I'm in charge of the bags, right? I got my backpack. I got the two things because I got to get them up.
Big, strong man.
So, the flight's delayed a little bit. People are antsy to get off the plane. So she's going to be mad, but I'm just going to. She gets off. She goes. Gone. So I got to get the bags with everyone waiting to get. Every bag is black. Every one, right? Except mine that's got orange around it. It's got a thing. Grab mine. Grab the one right next to mine. Go out. Start walking in the terminal. That's not my bag. I'm like, what do you mean? And she puts a red handkerchief around hers. So she's like, go forward, see if anyone took it, and I'll go to the gate agent and see if it's still on the plane. Well, I can't remember that I put it across the way in mine here, because on the flight before, I put them right next to one another.
Yeah.
Brain injury.
Yeah, short-term memory, It's not very good.
Long story short, I go all the way down the baggage claim, looking at everyone's, and she's like, I got it. You took the person that was taking the plane to Chicago. And they switched it out with mine. I'm like, hey, honest mistake. She wouldn't talk to me the whole ride home. Because It didn't bother me enough. It didn't bother me enough.
It got rectified.
It went
Everybody
all
got
the way
right
to
stuff.
bedtime. I'm like, you're still mad. You didn't care that I left my bag. I cared. I went all the way down the baggage claim, looked for a red handkerchief. So now she's like, that's another thing I got to add to my list. I got to wait and make sure you take the right bags.
It didn't bother me enough is a landmine I was not expecting. It didn't bother you enough, I meant. Yeah. That's like
But if
that's a
I'm in
landmine.
charge of the bags, Jen, why wouldn't you buy a pink bag or a fluorescent green bag?
Something that stands
that's
out a little
very
bit more.
identifiable, So I'll take 60%. How's that?
No, you take 95.
No, you bull.
This is,
and I have a brain injury. That gets.
Did you apologize?
That doesn't matter. Put it this way. I apologized in my own way.
Which is
maybe
what?
maybe we just say I'm sorry, and we go from there. Maybe we try it. Hey, we've been doing this. You've been doing this a long time. So far, your results have not been adequate.
I don't think it will
Maybe
work.
we switch it up.
I don't think it
What
would
hurts
matter.
it trying?
So could I still? All right,
No, way too late. That ship sailed.
Does a text
Buster.
work?
No.
Well, then I ain't doing it. I don't think I was in the wrong.
Here's the thing. I got some good news, bad news. You're going to do something like this again. Next time, lead with the apology.
Before I do it?
No. As soon as you realize that you've done it, the first thing has to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. How can I fix this?
Can I just ask you this? Picture a backpack that you can't get on your back because the seats are so. So I have a backpack, and then I got to reach up and get two, which 1.5 are hers.
You sure?
I only get a half.
Uh-huh.
So it was an honest mistake.
That's the great plight of being an NFL boy. You are giant. You're expected to be able to handle all that.
This was an honest mistake.
It was.
This was an honest mistake.
But that's why the apology is easy.
I don't know if you apologize for honest mistakes, though. Just dishonest mistakes.
No.
No.
I can understand why you might think that. But yes, honest mistakes. In fact, honest mistakes, it should be easier
The
to
easiest
apologize
apology.
for. Because you didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident.
Because I don't think it was my fault.
See, this is where
we're running into issues. I can see why we're running into issues. Yeah.
But I also love that this morning on our production call, we were like, Chewy, anything interesting happened on your trip this weekend? And you were like, nope.
Except for potentially ruining someone else's day and your wife's.
I mean, in fairness, I can see how that doesn't register at the time.
You know when she said it didn't bother you enough? I think she was onto something.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so Aaron Banks, when we go Jen, keep it chewy.
With summer starting to wind down and the kids heading back to school and everyone settling into a new routine, it's the perfect time for you to focus on your health and weight loss journey. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I can honestly say I've never felt better since starting my journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. I wasn't looking for another quick fix. I wanted something that actually worked and fit my lifestyle. I'm eating foods I actually enjoy, like buffalo shrimp, and I don't feel like I'm constantly dieting or depriving myself. I'm sleeping better, my clothes fit differently, and I genuinely feel more confident. Milwaukee Weight Loss is a doctor-developed, doctor-supervised program designed to help you lose weight safely and naturally and to keep it off. Some patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two, and many lose up to a pound of fat a day. There are no intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, no bars, shakes, and no counting calories. The kids are getting a fresh start this school year. Why not give yourself one, too? Back to school means back to you. Enroll with Milwaukee Weight Loss by August 31st and receive $200 off the complete program when you enroll by the deadline. Don't wait until the holidays or promise yourself you'll start in January. Start today. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980. That's 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Make sure you tell them that Homer Josh from ESPN Milwaukee sent you.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound on 41. It's still closed. right about at Highway K. You'll be diverted off at Highway K, and you'll need to take that west to 175 and then use that all the way to get on at 145 or just past Highway 60. That's the next one that you can use. Northbound 41, we do have the left lane blocked right before Sherman Road, so that is going to be tying things up as well, backing up all the way back to Cabela's. So give yourself tons of time to get through that. We've got westbound 94 from 35th Street heavy all the way to Hawley Road. More delays crossing over the county line to Sunny Slope Road. Northbound 4394 tightening up from the Plainfield curve all the way up past an accident seen at Beecher. Once you get past that, you're good to go into the Marquette interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninjas helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 80. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic.
I still have the same family priorities that you do. One of the best feelings is knowing that you've taken care of the people you love. That's exactly how I felt after working with Kirsten Hildebrand and her team at Hildebrand Law Firm. They made estate planning easy, personalized everything to my family's needs, and explained every step along the way. I left feeling confident and prepared with a real peace of mind. The best time to make a plan is before you need one. Visit hildebrandlawfirm.net to request your consultation today or call and tell them Jen sent you.
If you're shopping for a new vehicle, you know where to go. It's Ewald Automotive Group's 2026 model year closeout. To make room for the 2027s, all remaining 2026 models are priced to sell. Shop over 1,500 vehicles with financing as low as 0%. Ewald's 2026 model year closeout. Going on now at every Ewald location.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
Select models with approved credit for a limited term. See dealer for details.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
Kenny here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon.
When you tell someone what team you cheer for, do they apologize? Does your first childhood memory involve crying on a Jumbotron? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected from things like fire damage caused by violently unplugging the TV. Or an accidental overhand left to the drywall. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
His eyeball.
Wait. Where
do I get him?
I just assumed when I said wait, did you just think it was just a suggestion?
Yeah, pretty much. Typically.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, Milwaukee, Ewald makes it easy. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, you know where to go. It's the Ewald Automotive Group's 2026 model year closeout to make room for all the 2027s. All remaining 2026 models priced to sell. Shop over 1,500 vehicles with financing as low as 0%. Ewald's 2026 model year closeout going on now at every Ewald location. All you have to do is go to ewaldauto.com, select models, proof credit for a limited term. See deliver details.
And somehow all of these conversations sort of build on each other today. We were talking about Tucker Kraft, and Gabe, you had what I think is a really smart take on when you get a guy like this, you should want to pay a guy like this.
Yeah, that's when you are making any draft pick, the goal, the dream is that he becomes so good that you have no choice but to pay him, because that means he's that good. That's the goal of any draft pick, right? Like, you don't want a draft pick of, oh, we want him to be just good enough where we don't have to pay him top dollar. No, you want difference makers. That blue chip talent is always going to make a difference.
So from a background standpoint, give me the background on Aaron Banks. So Aaron Banks is somebody who the Packers have committed a ton of money to in free agency, and I believe when they restructured his contract. And Chewy made the hilarious quip earlier about this is why you don't pay a contractor before the job is done, before he finishes your bathroom, finishes your kitchen. Because now we find ourselves facing a reality, or a potential reality, of Aaron Banks not playing, not being a starter this year, Gabe.
Well, so I believe the phrase that LaFleur used is he's got knee tendonitis that flares up anytime that he does strenuous football activity.
Wait, why are you laughing, Chew?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Chew. I never played, all right? I didn't play at a high level.
Yeah.
You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Isn't all football activity strenuous football activity?
They're just going to play him on field goal and extra point. That's all we're going to do. It doesn't seem to flare the tendonitis up when he just does that special teams unit. But come on, that's ridiculous.
Seems to be an issue.
Tendonitis is part of playing football. You get it everywhere. That's why you take anti-inflams, right? It goes along with the job. You know, I would get it in your knee, everywhere, your elbows, your fingers. It's just, there's, things you got to do. You got to treat it. But I just think he doesn't like training camp. He's on the Ken Rutgers program. What can I do to miss training camp? So.
Oh, wait. So you think this might be a smokescreen?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone has tendonitis. Tendonitis is
aches and pains.
Aches and pains. Yeah.
Kind of seems to be an issue, though, if Matt LaFleur is going, hey, Jager Burton's going to take this dude's spot. Wouldn't you be concerned about that?
He's already been paid.
and therein lies the issue. So,
yeah,
going into this offseason, before they did any restructuring, they could have walked away. Now, it would have hurt, much like it would have hurt, and kind of did hurt, when they decided to move on from Nate Hobbs. And maybe Goody wasn't willing to admit he was wrong on both. But he had a salary cap charge of just shy of $25 million and a dead cap number of $20.25 million. So you'd had to eat the $20 million, and that certainly would have stung. So instead, they got his salary cap charge number this year down to $12 million. But of course, that means you got to push cap into next year. So next year, his cap number is $25.4 million with a dead cap of $26.2. So you've got to give an additional $841,000 to cut him next year, which is why we already talked about.
Yeah.
He's probably here for the next 2 years because of the restructure that they did. And if the Packers are locked into him for the next 2 years, and we've made it one training camp game, we've made it one preseason game, and LaFleur's already talking about maybe this dude's not a starter, maybe it's going to be Jager Burton, and then we're going to have Jacob Monk, maybe this dude's going to be a backup. It's the most expensive backup in the league.
Well, he should have.
What a swing and a miss.
I want to say, I think Elton Jenkins went to Cleveland for like 10. And I still think Elton Jenkins is a better player at guard.
Yeah.
I wonder why things went south there, because he did the pivot on older guys, bringing in Hargrave and Zaire.
But
why was he so off of? Because linemen can play. They typically play longer than most positions.
Once they signed Banks, that was the end of Jenkins.
Yes.
Right?
But he screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, especially if he doesn't start this year, because then you've got to seriously consider eating over $26 million on your cap next year just to get rid of this dude. That's got to be a serious contemplation.
You think he went so far out of the top, over the top, because he knew he screwed up? Clearly, he screwed up on Hobbs.
Yeah,
and
he
probably
I don't know.
screwed up on Blanks.
Gabe mentioned that.
Yeah.
He said maybe you can't afford to say that both of them were a bust.
You got to save face.
I guess, but this is worse. This is why Ron was always the best.
Yeah.
Because when Rod made a mistake, he was willing to admit he made a mistake, and he moved
Corrected
on
as quick as he could.
as quickly as he possibly could.
Yeah.
And we'll know 3 days into the offseason. He's got another roster bonus coming, $9.5 million.
Banks
That's due, next year, next offseason.
Oh, next year.
So 3 days into the offseason, just like a lot of those are on there, we'll know if he's going to be a Green Bay Packer in 2027 or
Are
not.
you willing to give him a pass on some of the injuries? If you're looking at Aaron Banks and you're going, wow, he did not perform up to what we needed him to or up to what we thought he would, are you willing to say, like, well, the injuries contributed to that?
Well, he was injury prone before he came here.
Yeah, I'm not blaming Aaron Banks here.
Yeah.
I'm blaming one guy who decided to give all the money, who had an injury history, and then expected him to stay healthy, didn't stay healthy, and then reinvest money into it.
So a question, because earlier in the show you guys asked who on these types of situations you want to point the finger at, Russ Ball or Brian Gutekunst. Are you willing to say that they can share the blame in this? Did Russ Ball contribute to presenting this as a contract that was, palatable, consumable for the Green Bay Packers?
I mean, ultimately the roster comes down. He's on this roster because Brian Gutekunst said we want him on the roster.
Gee, that's
and then whatever Russ Ball did to make the contract more palatable for this year, then that's on Goody for saying, hey, we got to have this guy on our team.
But that's why I don't know how the pillars work. Because how it worked in my day, if Ron wanted a player, he wanted to re-sign someone, he would say, Mike Reinfeld, re-sign him.
Mm-hmm.
And then it might take longer than Ron liked because Mike's responsible for the books and he'd have to get it cheap. How does it work with Russ Ball if we're an equal and I go, hey, Russ, I want this guy? Well, I don't. He's too expensive. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Russ doesn't have a say. Russ just handles the finances. Russ doesn't have a say on the 53.
No, but Russ would be, you're dumping all this money into banks, and Russ is responsible for the books. He's going to Goody saying, what the hell are you doing? How much do you want to pay this guy before, these seasons even start?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. That could be a good question for Jason tomorrow when we talk to Jason. But
I agree with you. It's a bad look if you sign 2 free agents and cut them the next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's
because both of
bad
these
look.
Well, both of the contracts for Nate Hobbs and for Aaron Banks were of the nature of 2 years and then you have some relief. That's typically how the Packers do most of those free agent contracts. That's how they did the deals for Jaden Reed. You look at Jaden Reed and Christian Watson contracts. After 2 years, it's pay as you go. That's what it was for Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Got to pay as you go. Give yourself an out after those first 2 years. And they took the escape hatch a year early, so they had to eat a little bit more money than they wanted on the cap this year for Hobbs. I mean, yes, you saved $12 million this year by this move, but it stings later.
But then this all circles back to Tucker Kraft. It all suck because now their leverage is, well, you don't want to pay him top, but you gave this left guard that doesn't even play, and you dumped a bunch of money into him. What are we doing here?
Well, maybe it's the difference between free agency. You have to pay a little bit more to get these guys in free agency. That'd be my only.
But everyone grasps it at the leverage they
explanation.
can get.
Mm-hmm.
For what it's worth, I was just Googling. Aaron Banks earned a 53.5 overall Pro Football Focus grade in 2025. That ranked him 64th out of 81 qualifying guards.
Sick. So sick.
Do you think they specify left and right, or do you think this is all
That's
guards?
just all guards. I mean,
That makes
I
me
bet
feel a little better about
I bet
it.
Pro Football Focus, if they'd probably go down to left versus right guards.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that, but in terms of all guards, 64 out of 81, still not good.
Wouldn't 64 tell us he's the worst eligible player in
math and whatnot?
Yeah, there's 32 teams.
I'm not encouraged
2 guards
by
per
that
2.
at
Yeah,
all.
no, there's no encouragement there.
Jen, you seemed encouraged by it.
I felt better that the pool was deeper than
I think the list,
just left guards.
I mean, what is the list like? 80 probably.
There's 81 qualifying guards. He's 64th.
So yeah.
So he is the worst guard. If every team has 2 guards that start, he is the worst one.
There's potentially teams that have 4 better guards.
Potentially.
Sick.
I mean, Matt LaFleur seems to think the Packers have 2 better guards on their roster right now.
Sounds like Goody owes us an apology.
He grabbed the wrong bag. And you know what? And it didn't bother him that much.
Worked out really well. Yeah. Why doesn't this bother him more, too?
What was I supposed to do? Start crying?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me go fix it.
You don't even need the oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
No, but the oh my gosh is like a reaction to the realization of what just happened. I'm just trying to think if I'm on a plane and Dario grabs someone else's bag when I tell him to grab my bag or the girl's bag.
You're also not sprinting off the plane, leaving Dario to grab whatever bag on his own.
She may have.
Yeah, I'm in first class. So it's not so much sprinting, it's just I have a head start.
Oh, bag boy. I have another one up here. She did say to me, though, if it was your bag, you probably would have left it, which
yes,
probably some truth to that.
Yes, 800-990-3776.
It's all replaceable.
Yeah, what's in your bag that you can't replace?
Is Aaron Banks Brian
t-shirts?
Gutekunst's biggest mistake as Packers GM? Go ahead and weigh in on that on our Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by a lifetime workmanship warranty. InfinityExteriors.com.
LowTUSA.com. That's LowTUSA.com. That's how you get in touch with Mentality. They have been doing this for a while now here in Milwaukee. I have been going to Mentality to make sure my testosterone levels are where they need to be. And what's great about Mentality, they check free and total testosterone. The free number is one that a lot of doctors can overlook, but that's an important number to what they do at Mentality. And something else they've learned over the years in treating 25,000 and more men, can't rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your testosterone replacement therapy. It's a custom plan. It's built for you to make sure your levels are where they need to be. It's monitored every step of the way. Testosterone levels the field. Peptide drives your results. So if you're tired of not feeling the way you used to, see if Mentality can help. Get those levels back up. LowTUSA.com. Reach out to Mentality at LowTUSA.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs, on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
Michelle here. Look, in sports, the best teams know when to make their move. Sherwin-Williams is making theirs with 30% off Duration, Super Deck, and Woodscapes products. August 14th through the 24th. You know, I'm looking at these studio walls and I'm thinking I wouldn't mind a little more red in here. Get that Cardinal spirit going. Yeah, I like that. Order online, get everything delivered right to your door, or swing by your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian. So loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screaming is about.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
25 years ago, a generational Bucks team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What do we do? Where do we go from here?
We've talked about insulation, we've talked about fantasy camp, and now we've talked about Burning Man. We've hit for the cycle in the first 5 minutes of the show.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Early results on the Aaron Banks question that we posted on the Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll. Is Aaron Banks Brian Gutekunst's biggest mistake as Packers GM? Somebody earlier in the Carbless Talkin' text line asked about prisoner of the moment, which seems to be a Tausch thing. I'm afraid of being prisoner of the moment with regards to Aaron Banks because I'm sure there have been other mistakes on Brian Gutekunst's report card. But the money now that they have contributed and given to this guy, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to be a starter this season, at least it seems with the information we have now, is pretty glaring, Gabe.
I mean, maybe. Chewy, how does tendonitis go away? Like, how do you just manage it?
Ice, stem, and medication.
So it doesn't go away. It's more about a pain management thing, right?
No, it'll go away if you treat it long enough.
If you rest, right? I thought
rest would, but if you just got to ice the ever-living daylights out of it, and the electric stimulation, it'll go away. Medication knocks it out.
Mm-hmm.
It knocks it out.
So when do you think he would be able to return to practice? Because they're just kind of taking it day by day. And obviously LaFleur's really frustrated with it because earlier last week somebody was asking about Banks, and he said, I'll let you guys talk to him about that. That's never a good sign from a head coach.
I mean, treatment, medication, in ice, a week. And then you do direct pressure on it to break. It's like your tendon gets clogged up, and you got to unclog it. So I think he's just using it because he doesn't like training camp. Tell you the truth.
It's a good thing Josh is playing that music because I had so many jokes lined up for the clogging. Will do. Josh is next on ESPN Milwaukee.
Southbound 41 is closed from about Highway K to just past Highway 60 because of a crash. So your best bet, exit at Highway K, take that west to 175